Hello everyone, welcome back. So I have almost 200 hours on Subsistence, 198 as of right now. And I have played this game a whole lot recently. And with some friends who I'm currently in a server with. And we have some suggestions. Stop. I have a few suggestions and we've compiled a little list of things we think would be pretty interesting. So, first off, rifle scopes, and maybe even pistol scopes. So, like when you go here, you add your upgrade. Hold on, let me get out my rifle. You have the option to put on a scope, or to take it off, like a separate. I don't know, like maybe add a little box here. And it has mods, and you can take on your flashlight, take it off. Same with your scopes. And maybe that could lead to more weapon modding later. I mean, right now there isn't a purpose for like silencers or something. But you never know. Maybe for quietly taking out raiders, that could be a little addition. Same for pistols. Maybe you could have something like a hollow sight. So people do put hollow sights and reflex sights on their pistols. You could do that. And more variation to the weapons, how you have them, and make them a bit easier to use. Yes, you're being hooligans. Alright, number 2, more efficient tools. So, throughout the entire game, you will always, as of right now, gather wood at the exact same rate, like how I am right now. There is no more efficient way than just hitting a tree with an axe, which is kind of sad. Now, we have compiled a couple ways to go about fixing this. One of them being to go over and actually put your tool in the upgrade bench, upgrade the such as the amount of damage dealt per hit, or the amount of wood actually picked up whenever you break it, like the amount it gives you, and even your swing speed. Being able to upgrade tools, or if you don't like the idea of upgrading tools, and this also applies to pickaxes, new tools, like maybe a two-handed axe for cutting, that maybe slower swings but gives you 3 times the wood, or a chainsaw. Yes. Now I think the chainsaw may be a bit OP, but you can also have larger pickaxes. Yes, they're being hooligans. Like a two-handed pickaxe, which can cut more. Now, we're going to move on to the next thing, because there's a lot here. There's 14, 15, 16. Nah, there's like 20 items on this thing. Yeah, there's 2 more. Alright, crossbows. This one isn't huge, because we have a recurve bow, but it'd be kind of nice to have a crossbow. And maybe you could put like a 3x scope on that. And it have the same attachments as the rifle, except for minus silencer. But being able to put like a flashlight and a scope on a bow, being able to hunt with it, kind of like, have you ever seen the striker crossbows? So that's spelled, I believe, like that. Something like that. Next, torches. Alright, they suggested torches. Now, I'm not sure how these would work. Maybe you have to fuel them with fiber, but they burn much brighter than the standard, oh yeah, handheld flashlights, but they'll burn brighter than a glow stick. But you gotta fuel them, so they're not infinite like the glow stick. Same with the batteries, but they're more of a beam style lighting. Oh, I gotta start going outside constrained. Alright, next up, this is more into the night vision realm. Night vision goggles, or miner helmets. Now, miner helmets, I know that's a big jump from night vision goggles. I mean, they both help you see in the dark. But one idea for a miner helmet is that you are actually able to stick a flashlight onto your combat helmet, like you tape it on. You ever seen that? I know that, I'm sure there's pictures of people who stick them, like duct tape a flashlight to the helmet. It would be really cool if you could go over there and make a combat helmet with a flashlight on it. if not a completely separate kind of helmet for that. Or have night vision goggles. Maybe make your vision green, but you can see at night. Because the nights are pretty dark in this game. Alright, number 6, a bolt action rifle. Now, we have a semi-automatic, like SVT 40 rifle, which is pretty sick. It does high damage and all that. But, like a single-shot bolt action rifle. Maybe you can upgrade its capacity later in the game, but a single-shot bolt action rifle that deals 1 more damage and 2 has more range. Like it's less drop. So you can really actually snipe. Basically a sniper rifle. It uses the same ammo as the other rifle, just deals more damage. Kind of like the double barrel. Alrighty. It will have a slower rate of fire, especially depending on your mag size. Oh god. Alright. Number 7, this is a huge one. Explorable caves, or abandoned mine shafts which can contain ore. It'd be really cool to have areas like that on the map where you can go into and harvest resources, like resource areas, custom resource areas. Because I'll be completely honest, it is kind of difficult to find ores. And to have a surefire way, like going into a cave to go mining, would make going up in the mountains, like way up there in the snow, if you put them up there, it'll actually make it worth going up there. And you can go as far as to put like a predetermined hunter building there, if at the gate add under things to find, like in the cave, like crates, like custom crates. I don't know. See, like that like suggestion and stuff, but like either like abandoned mine shafts or just plain explorable caves way up there. Maybe not all the way up in the snowy mountains, but you get the drift. I hope. Next, more hunter variations, possibly like clashes, because right now every hunter seems to have every weapon, which makes them pretty OP. It'd be pretty nice to have it like predetermine a hunter's loadout. Like a hunter will be mainly using a rifle, or a hunter will be mainly using a shotgun, or mainly using a pistol, or a revolver, or a double barrel, you know, or the bolt action, or even a bow or a crossbow, or the recurve. You know, have it like predetermined for a weapon, and have it so they build their self around it and they move around like that. That would be really cool. I don't know how Cold would implement that. Alrighty, next up, a medium generator. Right now, all we have is a small generator. And yeah, look at that, +1 power. Well, wouldn't it be pretty cool if we can get a medium generator that produces maybe 1.5 power or even 1.25 power for just about the same fuel efficiency? Maybe not exactly the same, but it holds more fuel so you can leave it on longer and it produces more power. Because only one kind of generator is, sad to say, it's kind of lame actually. I mean, I know you want us to be built around getting these legendary solar panels, like I have a few there, or even a wind turbine, but you know, what about immediate power? I don't want to have to make 7 small generators and have them all lined up when I could just have 1, maybe 2 of the medium generators and not have to sit there. Alright, I should probably hit this guy from the game. Alright, more fish variations. As far as I'm aware, I've only seen 2 kinds of fish, large and small, when you're fishing. It'd be pretty cool if you could have a few more. And I'm going to add on to this later. Yeah, and a medium fish. Oh my god. Why are we missing a medium fish? Alright. Better passive mass production. Like, replacements and stuff. Kind of like the generators, but not. Let's be honest. A mass replicator uses so much power. Look at that. With the amount of mass it produces. Well, why don't we have the mass equivalent of a solar panel? Produces very, very little over time. Now, I don't know what this would be. You have to get kind of creative with it. I'm starving to death right now. This is why I get food. I don't know what it would be. You have to get a little bit creative with it. But think of something. Something that makes sense. Now, the recycler was a step in the right direction, I'll be honest. But I can't just live off getting my stuff by using the fabricator or... That's a hunter. Using a fabricator or a recycler. I mean, that's not enough. Because this only goes up to 100. And I need to go to 200. And to use that much power to make just so little mass. There needs to be better ways. And even if they're really expensive to start up, they'll be worth it. I don't care if it's 50 electrical components for one. And like 20 of the scrap is something else, like adhesive. It will be worth it in my books. And I think everybody would agree. So, going on to edition number 12. A lower level vest and helmet. Right now, we currently have a combat vest and combat helmet. Let me pull up the inventory. And they're quite expensive, I'll be honest. Not easy to get a hold of. They're a very late game. Well, why not have something like a poncho and head wraps, maybe even the miner's helmet, like have a cloth miner's helmet that instead of made from like padded cloth, made from regular cloth, that you don't have to go out and get sinew or any of that for. That's a cool idea. Scuba gear. I mean, I didn't even think of that till now. It'd be really cool to have a few more armor editions, but a helmet and like a poncho or a jacket or something you could throw on over your shirt for low-level warmth, bonus warmth, so you can go out and do things. Oh, and adding on to that, I don't have this in my paper, but gloves. It'd be kind of nice to have gloves. I mean, we have enough slots in the inventory after we put a full set of gear on. Where's my gear? I don't know why I'm not wearing my gear, but I'm not wearing it. And as much fun as it's been to use this, this does need to be patched, where whenever you spawn in easy, you get these pants, and you just tear them into rags, and then whenever you die, like using a bed spawn, boom. I've been stocking up using that. It's a little bit OP. So I do recommend looking into getting that fixed. Maybe remove the ability to scrap the one you spawn with. Alright, number 13. This is where the more fish variation comes in. A water predator of some kind. Some threat, so you don't try swimming across that gigantic lake in the middle of the map. Or maybe even swimming in these small lakes for kelp. Now, depending on what you make this, and you should make it avoidable in the water. That if it's like large, dangerous fish, like, I don't know, what is large, dangerous fish that would be appropriate here? Not like a shark, I mean like fish. But have it also, yeah, have some sort of freshwater threat. Alright? So you don't just go swimming for kelp. Maybe a gator or a crocodile. And maybe have its drops in. Who knows? Maybe if you have an alligator or a crocodile, you get like a hide from it, which you used to make more gear or better gear. Who knows? I'll let you ponder that one. Alright, yeah, alligator leather. Number 14. I know, we're already there. Spears and fishing spears. Alright, this is kind of needed. I was a little bit shocked that there aren't spears in the game. Spears. Throwing spears. It'd be really nice to be able to get a cheaper than a bow, maybe less range, a spear. You know, just peg an enemy with a spear. Maybe a hunter. I don't know how expensive they would be. I'll let you decide that. Or if I have like scrap metal in the end. I was thinking like wood or planks, and then have some scrap metal with it, or nails. It might be both. And then you have a throwable spear you can use. Now, additionally to that, fishing spears. Alright, fishing bait is really expensive. Okay, it really isn't. But having to go out and hit one of those big trees to death in order to get some grubs. I mean, I ate like 5 grubs earlier like, by mistake because I was panicking for this video. I'm going to regret that later. Having a more efficient way to fish. Yeah. What? Bushes you can collect for sticks. Oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, just when you thought it was over. Alright. Fish trap. More on the fishing, I guess. A fish trap of some kind. Oh, I hope that's Bagel's cutting a tree, not a hunter. A fishing trap would be very handy to passively collect fish. Now you need to check it constantly so your fish don't rot, you know, that sort of thing. But you get it. Oh, that is okay. I just came up with something. Oh my god! Please add a timer that shows you how long until your food rots. Because I don't want to put something in a campfire, wait for it to cook, and right before I eat it, it turns into rotten mush. I mean, there should be signs that we can see, like either have like a health bar sort of thing on it or something that shows before it rots. Kind of like how you have on the bunnies and stuff. They have it like slowly degrade over time, and that way we can see how effective our refrigerator is here. Like to have like all my raw steak here, there's a bar beneath hydration, and it slowly went away. And when it gets down to the bottom, boom, it turns into rotten. I think that would be very, very handy, and I think just about everybody in the game would agree with me on that one. Alright, guys. Alright, next up, underwater crates. Oh my god. So, adding more to the underwater. I don't know why we had so many underwater suggestions. Yeah, Jake put it as lost treasure. Now, they don't need to be very fancy or anything OP. But having some underwater crates, so when you dive down, there's something absolute than sandstone and kelp. Maybe make it worth going past water predators. Who knows? Maybe you have an underwater cave and it has loot in it, and that's you gotta get scuba gear, fight off the critters in there with a spear because you can't use guns effectively underwater. I mean, you can fire off a few shots, but not that many. You can fire off, I think, 3 rounds with an automatic weapon underwater. Something like that. Maybe that's the semi-automatic, but before your gun jams, some water. Alrighty. More loot crate variation. Yeah, there is a lot of variation, but not quite enough. Kind of nice to have like a red actual, maybe medical that holds bandages more often. Or what kind of so you can see what ore you're mining. Yes! It's very hard to tell whether you're mining iron or potassium. That would be very handy. Let's see. Alright, I have here listed events. Airdrops. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool to have airdrops. Kind of like old Rust Legacy airdrops. So if you're playing multiplayer, maybe only have them on multiplayer. Ayla, I'm getting down to that. That's going to get really interesting. That's going to be the majority of the rest of the video. Alrighty. Here comes the big one. Hunter group politics. And by that, I mean hunters can have alliances with each other and go to war with each other. That would be so sick. Alright? I've listed it under events, but it's more than just events. It's always happening. Alright, if you have hunters enabled, hunters can decide whether a nearby hunter base is friendly or foe. If it is friendly, or even neutral, like they can just care not to notice, like how they do right now. And if it's neutral, care not to notice. Yeah, they can trade with each other, the friendly ones, and if they feel like raiding, they group up and raid together to make one big hunter group. Like, imagine having 9 or 10 hunters run outside your base. Oh man, that'd be a thrill. Especially if you're like a 1x2. Oh man, imagine that sound. That'd be scary. Definitely make upgrading your base worth it. Also, wars with each other. The hunters can actually raid each other. Now, I don't know if they'll be able to actually loot the chests during the raid, but have it so they like actually shoot grenades at each other and shoot each other to death. Maybe you can come in and do cleanup on them. I think that'd be so cool. Now, adding on to that, yeah, rogue hunters raiding base. Yeah, like how Jake just said. That's an awesome suggestion, Jake. See, that's a smart man. All right, I'm going to continue on. Yes. All right, so the hunter politics was the last one, but building more onto hunter politics. All right. If an alliance grows strong enough and has been, oh, rest in peace, man. If an alliance is, if they're good with each other and friendly enough, they will start building together and build like a town. Like they build next to each other, like kind of like a compound sort of thing. And I don't know if you can add like walls or something so they can wall off parts of it, but have a more secure compound with the floodlights and all that, and more hunters in it. It'd be so cool. Yeah, placeable walls. See, here we go. That's a new idea. Turning your grow light for a base light. All right, but like placeable walls that they have built around there, and they have bases in very, very close proximity that cover for each other. So you have to get at a group, like a group raiding party, to raid this. It's kind of like the mega base, like you know that super base currently in. It's like the, was it 4x5 or 5x5? Someone, you guys know the dimensions to that thing. Kind of like that, but they're spread apart in different buildings and have a wall around them. Placeable ladders would be kind of OP. Like too OP. I think ladder hatches are as far as that goes. Maybe. But imagine you having to get, because these servers hold 10 people. Imagine having to get all 10 people together to raid one big hunter compound of 4 or 5 hunter buildings built close proximity. Maybe one's more of a tower shape on a hill. One of them is more of like a storage building. You know, kind of like they planned it out. They planned out this huge fortress, and you could go in and raid it. Now, I don't know the lore behind the hunters. Now, combine this with the hunter variation classes thing I suggested. That would be so sick. And the new weapons. That would be so sick. This all works out together. That was the point. Maybe have it so the airdrops land inside of these compounds, and you have to go after them. You have to go raid into the compound to get a hold of the loot. Take down the gate and fight off the guys guarding it. Or maybe flares it for. Oh my god. There's a hooligan running outside my base with a freaking. Oh, I'm getting shot at. Alright, so I'm getting raided on cam, even though I haven't actually been aggressive to hunters in ages. I'm going to get my awful aim on cam. It's dark, so I can't see. See, this is when night vision goggles come handy. Sure, that's an explosive arrow. I just finished repairing my base. Man, I can't see what I'm doing. Night vision goggles, you know. Yeah, they can see. Like, how they can see when we can't, it's kind of overpowered. Where the heck did he go? Alright, the fact I'm able to just go up and hatchet a hunter is kind of OP. Maybe make it so the hunters can switch to a melee weapon. That'd be pretty interesting. I know for a fact I'm not about to bleed out, so. Except for I'm still under attack, so I might find him. They also have pretty impressive range. I don't know why the hunters are freaking dex level marksmen. Like, holy crap. Yeah, they can see you through walls, which is pretty OP. So that's definitely a fixed sort of thing. Also, and bushes, that's true. Also, this is one for Jake. He's demanded this one to be fixed. I think he's actually gone onto the forums about it. I don't even know if there are forums. I don't know where he posted this. But apparently, in multiplayer, when you disconnect from the server, you have a high chance of locking back in infected, even though you were not. Nothing was done to you to cause you to be infected. Weird bug. Don't know why. Jake absolutely hates it because it happens to him more than anyone else here. Now, it's happened to the others. Hasn't happened to me. You see, auto turrets are kind of... We don't exactly have facial recognition software. Yeah, they're too OP. Alright, ColdGames. I hope you can find at least something worth adding in this video. It is a lot. I know you were a solo dev and you're a busy guy. But I think if you watched this, heard some of this, maybe you got an idea. It's like... You have to put ammo. Yeah, that's true. Maybe you got an idea like, oh, that's so cool. Like, bolt action rifle, that'd be sick. You know, it doesn't change the game so much like hunter politics do. Or the predatory water animal. Or any changes to the map with explorable caves and stuff. You know, it'd be cool if there were random traps just randomly placed on that map. Oh god. Like landmines, like old landmines. You have a chance to... Maybe add the medium generator or something. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Dude, you hit him with a bow. Or you run and chase him and pick him up. Bear traps. That would kill most animals. Maybe not a wolf. What, you think we can tame the wolves? No, that takes years. This isn't freaking Minecraft, man. You and your 100 dogs in Minecraft. Oh my god. Alrighty. So yeah, Cold. I hope you have found this useful. I've seen you've commented on my videos before, so I hope you'll actually be able to find this. There is a lot here. Alright. I have plenty of crazy cool ideas that I would love to see implemented in this game. And without further ado, that's all. Thanks, Cold. See ya.